to 750 rounds a minute. And right now they've been selling like hotcakes. They've been on sale for about less than a year, and they sold like 200,000, and they're still.
What is it again?
Like it's a new stock called the Slide Fire. You go to Google and type in Slide Fire, and you put it on AR-15 or AK-47, and it increases the rate of fire to 750 rounds a minute.
On a semi-auto?
On a semi-auto. Just go to Google and type in
But let me ask
fire.
you a question. When would you need to have, because with a 30-round clip at semi-auto, I can hit targets shooting about every half a second. But, if it was full auto, you just spray 30 rounds. Isn't that only if people are pouring in through your door or down into your foxhole? Then you've got to go full auto and do a spray? Don't you want semi-auto to begin with?
I fought in Vietnam, and when I got over there, they took us out to the range, and they let us fire full auto, and then they let us fire semi just to prove that semi is more effective to be used in a combat situation than full auto, even though full auto was always meant as an emergency switch. It was never you went to full auto.
Exactly. That's like when you're getting human wave attacks in Korea. But what I like is a 100-round drum on a Mac 90 AK-47 semi-auto variant. I think overall in 100-yard type situations, that's one of the best guns out there. Obviously there's more high-powered stuff, HK91, things like that are really great rifles. Because 308 packs a lot more punch, but it's just, man, I tell you, those AK-47s just have never, I've probably owned 10 of them, the semi-auto versions, they've never given me a problem. They're just magical firearms.
Go to Google, though, and type in Slide Fire. It'll have demonstrations of the gun.
Yeah, but do you like the AK-47?
Yeah, I got 4 of them, and I got a couple AR-15s, too, and I got a Slide Fire stock, too. I just use that in an emergency. That's just an emergency use only.
Yeah, well, I've just got AK-47s all over the place. You can't have enough of them. All right, but I'm scared of the Black Panthers. Don't get me. We'll be right back. Stay with us. More of your calls straight ahead. A little drinking in. Look, Americans have been ignorant to a certain extent and let our freedoms be taken because we had so many great things going on, had so much prosperity. We got drunk on prosperity and success. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, old, young, everybody deep down knows things are not going in the right direction and that the government is run by criminals and that we're in a depression and it's getting worse and that the media is lying to us. And that's why there's been a full-on armament campaign the last 5 years going on that has now doubled its previous records. In fact, I was wrong when I said 5 million guns are being sold a month. It's more like 7 million. Everyone is arming to the teeth. And that's a good thing to a point, but a bad thing because it's good people are armed. That's great. But the bad silver lining is, the cruddy lining is that the system's going to use that to demonize the Second Amendment. There's going to be some idiots who are going to do some stupid things with guns. And that's why I got my guns, to defend myself from those stupid idiots. So I'm 100% for the Second Amendment. I'm just talking about how they're going to use it to spin it. And here are some of the reports, town hall reports. Great news, and they're being sarcastic. New Black Panthers called to create Red Sea of bloodshed in a race war. We've got that audio. We're going to start playing it now and come back from break with it. The New Black Panther Party wants a race war, and they want it to start tomorrow. That's today. In an audio recording of a planned meeting for a Trayvon Martin rally, New Black Panther Party members have resorted to violent action, to what they are calling revolution. Yeah, that's a great idea. The police have got all those armored vehicles and weapons. They're just waiting. But you notice, I bet the police are going to pull back if they do something. And let the burning begin. Because, again, it's got to get out of control. We've got to suit up and boot up and get prepared for the war we're in. I'm about to play this. True revolution means some bloodshed. Some bloodshed, huh? What did that Muhammad guy say? He's dead now of a brain aneurysm. He'd say, you kill the white women, you kill the white babies, and you kill the babies, the little white devils. And you kill the white woman because she's the military manufacturing center. All this baloney. I love doing an imitation, though. We're going to have to cause the Red Sea. I'm talking about blonde-haired, blue-eyed, sometimes brown-eyed Caucasians walking around. I am for violence. And this is the kind of talk that will probably get some black people killed, because there's already been a bunch of cases of whites being attacked. And then this one guy, his dad reportedly got killed by a black guy. So now they went into, reportedly in Oklahoma, and shot a bunch of innocent black people. Oh, this is just wonderful. This is just going to be absolute. No, it's horrible. It's horrible. He goes, I am for violence. So he's saying, kill blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. I am for violence for you to see a red. Boom. Arrest him right there. That is not free speech. That is a call to action, a call to violence. If I got on air and said, get guns, or if you got on air and said, get guns, go out and find some black people and kill them, we need blood, I should be arrested if I said go out and do that. If your neighbor said, go out and kill white people, go out and kill Hispanics, go out in any group, go out and kill Muslims, any group. I mean, that is a call to kill people. And you know what? It's already happening. It's already happening. So there you go, Obama starting a race war. He goes on to say, I am bleeped off right now because the state of Florida isn't on fire. I'm reading the quotes. We're going to come back and play it. We've got to starve capitalism. Really, what about banksterism? We want the complete removal of capitalism. This is a communist. I had a black communist here a while back who thought because I didn't like these wars and torture and stuff that he goes, no, you're a libertarian socialist. And I said, no, I'm a constitutionalist libertarian who believes in the free market. He goes, no, you're not. And then we went out and had dinner, and he had a few beers, and he told me, he looked across and he said, I'm not even going to air the interviews I did. I just don't want to get off into it. And he said, there's got to be blood, and blood's coming. But with him, it was with people with money, and I'm just like going, people with money, once you kill all them, there's not going to be anybody that actually organize. I mean, middle-class real money is what makes a wealthy country. And it's the big bankers that are funding this idea. So we'll come back. New Black Panther Party calling for burning U.S. cities. The police are doing nothing, which it means they're aiding and abetting it. The Florida police.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run.
All right, I'll continue with your calls and some other important news here on this live Monday edition. But again, it's one thing to know Obama and his controllers, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, are trying to get the American people at each other's throats, that we're in a depression. They're starting all these new wars. And they did say they weren't going to attack Iran. Now they flip-flopped and say they probably will. I mean, just craziness. But it's just amazing to actually see MSNBC and NBC editing tapes to make Zimmerman sound like he hates black people, and the media hyping this, trying to get a race war going, and then these feds, these different new Black Panther Party leaders in speeches saying, I'm mad that Florida isn't on fire. And I want some white blood dripping. We need to kill some white people. And the Justice Department is down there investigating George Zimmerman. And Al Sharpton saying, do you want violence? And then I get these weird comments on the YouTube and the site going, Alex the Whitey is scared, saying we should come together. You're going to get it. I mean, it's so mindless. Like I'm scared that you're going to burn down your neighborhoods and make all the culture in society scared of you and nobody want to work with you. I mean, I am scared for our society, like when Hal Turner was trying to get a race war going from the white supremacist angle, working for the feds. Because if we ever get together and go after the New World Order, we could actually, get out of the grips of people that are putting GMO food on all the shelves, whether you're black or white or Asian or whatever you call yourself, Native American, Indian, whatever you call yourself, this stuff's hurting you and your family. And, I just want to live in peace. I just don't want to be an evil person. So no, the magic race war where the black people kill all the whites and we all live in, our own separate areas after that, that's not going to happen. The globalists do want to break off part of the Southwest and make it kind of a socialist/Hispanic kingdom, where whites and others still live there, but that's the political bent. Attaching socialism to being Hispanic, that's a big Ford Foundation plan, and that could actually work. And, of course, be a nightmare for those living under it, but whatever. There'll be this racial pride of, the larger union, but within it, enclave. See, the globalists merge countries into super states, but then break up new regions within them to control everybody. This is standard divide and conquer operations. Standard. And it's just so silly that when somebody says, hey, let's just get along, this is a tragedy, but the media is hyping it, that itself is a hoax, let's talk about real issues, and it's like, I don't want to hear about black babies being aborted. It's you racist whites, we're going to kill you. Because the media says be upset about Trayvon Martin. You're upset about that, but you can't get upset about all the other really serious stuff. And that's my point. Why do we let the mainstream media, who's trying ridiculously obviously, I mean, it's so obvious they're trying to get some cities burning. And now they can't get their fed new Black Panther Party people, can't get riots going, so they're like, I'm angry. I want Florida in fire now. Start killing Whitey now. I am angry. I always love how these guys that want everybody to do violence, I always have these provocateurs email me and comment and send me letters and go, you're a coward, Jones, not calling for a military war with the police and military. You're a coward not saying march on D.C. with our guns. And, of course, those people never march. They never go out. They want me to shoot my mouth off so they can arrest me. But even if I could lead an armed revolution and, quote, get away with it, it'd be incredibly dangerous because we'd probably end up getting something worse out of it. Generally, violent revolutions do that. We need to have a revolution of ideas and start saying no to tyranny and noncompliance. And then, if they come to your house to burn it down like Waco, you defend yourself. You defensively. And that means once they start a fight with you, then you take the offense to them, whoever's doing it. But they still started it, so you're on the defense. You understand that? That's how that works. But I'm not like, I've seen enough violence, been around enough, know enough history that I'm not looking forward to once the real craziness starts. And it probably will. I mean, the New World Order's got big plans to break this country up. They've always had those plans. But it's not going to be on these racial lines that people dream of. It's going to be along economic and political lines. And that's the plan. The end of America as we know it pretty much has already happened. Let's go ahead and go to the cuss words edited. This is, again, warning, strong language, but we've bleeped it out. It's up at Infowars.com right now. Here is the new Black Panther Party, an exchange of speeches. And again, the different names of the people and all that are in the town hall meeting. Kurt Nemo's got an article, New Black Panthers and Nazis hijacked Trayvon Martin case. Oh, yeah, they're involved as well. Should have added that. But again, it's the leftist media angle from the left. Left-right paradigm's false, but within the left-right paradigm, they're from a left perspective, they're pushing with moral authority violence in the news media from a righteous anger perspective. Here's another one. New Black Panthers booted, suited, and armed for coming race war. And that's by Michelle Williams and Sean Qualai, the chief of staff in Tampa and national spokesman. Respectively, the call was filled with violence, hate-filled speech. See, notice how even